Stories in the category, we started dating and then everything turned into a total clown fiesta. I broke up with my girlfriend because she gave me a story test on social media, and I failed it. I'm 26. Yesterday, I ended things with my girlfriend of 9 months because apparently I was supposed to treat her Instagram like a job interview. She posted a black screen on her story with the caption, "Some people really disappoint me." No context, no explanation, nothing. I ignored it because, well, I'm not a mind reader and I don't play high school guessing games. I figured it was about a friend or work. Turns out, it was a test. According to her, I failed because I didn't immediately message her asking what happened. She said that meant I didn't care. I told her, look, I don't check the final boss exam every 5 minutes. If something bothers you, just say it like an adult. Don't fish for my attention through passive-aggressive stories. She called me cold and emotionally distant. I said she was being manipulative and immature. She cried. I packed my stuff and left. Now she's texting me that I'm heartless for leaving her over one little thing. But it's not one little thing. It's a million tiny red flags I ignored for way too long. Constant tests, mood swings, drama online. I don't want to date a walking riddle I have to solve daily just to avoid meltdowns. I want peace. These hidden love tests in stories are like invisible ink I'm supposed to decode while she just sits there waiting to see if I'll pass. So yeah, blocked, moved on, and for the first time in months, I feel like I can breathe. Using Tinder has made one thing very clear. A lot of guys desperately need therapy. The last 4 first dates I went on all played out the same way. At some random point, the guy would suddenly start unloading about his traumatic childhood and mental health struggles. I basically had to sit there and keep him from falling apart right in front of me. And these confessions didn't even come up naturally. They just dropped out of nowhere. I'm 27. I've gone to therapy myself. I grew up with an emotionally and physically harsh father. Almost every woman I know who struggles with something seeks help, but when it comes to the men in my circle, almost none of them go. I think it's a huge issue that so many men don't seek support or therapy for their mental health. Probably a mix of traditional ideas of masculinity and the fear of seeming weak. Edited to add, I know therapy isn't accessible to everyone, but there are some other options out there. What I've noticed is that most of my male friends don't even talk about how they actually feel. Sometimes they'll even flat out lie. But friendship is supposed to mean supporting each other and being real during tough times. Guys need to learn that. After 10 years in a relationship, I'm back on Tinder. I'm also in therapy. And yeah, oversharing is something I struggle with myself. Men don't talk enough about mental health, and when we finally start caring about it, it's like we can't stop. The next day, we beat ourselves up for oversharing with a stranger. It's not that these conversations shouldn't happen, but they should happen with friends, not with someone you've just met. If you've gone on a few dates already, that's different, but unloading on the first date, that's another story. Mental health is one of the biggest issues in modern society, and men especially need to realize there's nothing shameful about asking for help. One of the worst parts of being alone? You know what really sucks? When something amazing happens to you, or even several things you've been working toward for a long time, and there's no one to share it with. Sure, you can call friends or family and say, hey, something awesome finally happened, but they don't always react the way a partner would. Friends have their own lives. They're not as invested in your wins. A partner sees your grind. They see you trying your hardest. They're there on the front lines with you. Today, something reminded me of that, and I realized how much I miss that feeling. Having someone special by your side to share joy. Being alone can really hit hard sometimes. Guys, do you like it when a girl takes the initiative for the first kiss? I'm 28. I hate that awkward moment at the end of a first or second date, wondering if the person is going to kiss you or not. By tradition, it's like the girl is supposed to wait for the guy to make the move. But it's the 21st century. Lately, if I can't tell whether a guy wants to kiss me, I just ask, so, can I kiss you? It's convenient too. I'm short, so usually the guy has to lean down anyway. One guy later said it was weird, and another said he was a bit thrown off. I get it, everyone's different, but I'm curious. Guys, would you like it if a girl asked for the first kiss? Most guys would. Many guys worry about seeming creepy or pushy. I've been married 10 years, and even now, if it comes to intimacy, I make sure to clarify so I don't overstep. When a woman makes the first move, it really eases the relationship. Guys, if I said directly what I want instead of silently hoping you'd guess, would you like that? Yes, you would, and tell every woman you know the same. So I had this super awkward incident with my coworker. I'm 24, we work together, and she often flirts with me. Compliments, saying she enjoys working with me, always praising me. One time she even said I look like a cool teacher from a meme on my work badge photo. I asked another coworker if that sounded like flirting, and she said, yeah, kinda looks like it. Recently my water heater broke and I casually mentioned it to her. She offered to let me take a shower at her place. I said I'd probably just wait it out or use the gym, but later I thought, why not? So I went up to her and said I'd take her up on the offer. We exchanged contacts, finished our shift, I stopped by my place to eat and pack a shower bag, and yeah, just in case I tossed in some safety balloons. You never know, right? She invited me in, showed me her apartment, then went out to drop off her daughter at school. I showered and she texted me that I could either leave the door unlocked and head out or wait for her. I decided to stay. She came back, turned on Netflix, we sat on the couch. I awkwardly asked if she wanted to watch a movie and chill. She said, yeah. So I went to my bag and was like, nice, good thing I came prepared. She goes, oh, you mean snacks? Me, actually, balloons. Ladies and gentlemen, she had absolutely no intention of doing the thing. She looked at me like, balloons? Why would you think I wanted that? I only said you look like a cool teacher because you literally do. Then followed this whole exchange of clarifications about watching a movie and relaxing, how unusual it is to invite someone over just to shower, etc. In the end, we just laughed it off. I apologized like 10 times for the awkwardness. She said it was fine and even suggested grabbing drinks sometime. I went home cursing my luck, feeling like the biggest goober, and went straight to bed. There's no deep moral here, just a funny story to share. I asked a girl out. She said no. I said, okay. And then she flipped out. What? That's it? You're not even gonna try to convince me? Me? Nope. You said no. That's the end of it. She didn't say, not this week. She didn't say, maybe somewhere else. She literally just said no. Play silly games, win silly prizes. Advice for women. If you like someone, show it. Advice for men. If she says no, move on. Even if you don't have anywhere else to go, keep your self-respect. Couldn't agree more. I've got zero tolerance for these games, especially the ones where we're expected to sacrifice our dignity just to boost someone's ego. She said no, then it's no. I'm not about to crawl through flaming hoops of desperation trying to change her mind. That's not confidence, that's clown school. Self-respect, chasing validation. Every time. Why can't she just say no? I often see posts where guys complain that women don't give a direct refusal, and some even demand that we should just say no if we're not interested. So here's why many women don't do that, and why it's often justified. Reason 1, safety. Too many guys react badly to rejection. Not just yelling, but sometimes full-on boss fight mode. I've personally had it escalate to threats and even actual attacks, and you can't predict in advance whether a guy who seems normal will suddenly flip. That's why sometimes it feels safer to just say yes in the moment than disappear later. It's not ideal, but it's survival. Reason 2, social programming. In many cultures, women are taught to be soft and caring. Psychologically, it's hard to be blunt and just say no. At best you mumble something like, maybe not. Reason 3, no doesn't always mean no. Some dudes treat no like it's level 1 of a video game. Oh, she's just testing me. I need to try harder. You can thank certain frat houses for popularizing that nonsense. So what's the point of arguing? Easier to just ghost. See reason number 1. Yes, ghosting sucks. But you know what's worse? Fearing for your safety. So if a woman stops responding after she seemed to agree to hang out, don't be mad at her. Be mad at the people who made ghost and vanish the safest strategy for her. Guys, don't ask for pictures if you're genuinely interested in her, especially if you met through a dating app. I don't know why, but the moment I hear, got any pics, or can I see you in your underwear, my interest disappears instantly. Start by getting to know her first. Ask about her feelings and emotions. Try to understand her on an emotional level before jumping straight to the physical stuff. Obviously, you swiped right because you liked each other's looks. Compliments are fine. But guys, have some self-respect. She deserves better. I'm specifically talking about nude photos. I have no problem sending a selfie to prove I'm real. My profile already has portrait shots and full body photos, plus a linked social media account for anyone who needs extra proof I'm a real live human. No guys, please keep going. Keep asking for underwear pics, sending random dick pics, steering the conversation straight to the fun zone. Do it all. If you're that pathetic and hide your worst side until you're close enough to really hurt someone, it honestly makes me want to vomit. So please, continue showing your worst self early so women don't hesitate to block you. I just got rejected hard. This pretty girl asked if she could sit next to me in a cafe. I said, of course. Over the next 20 minutes, I noticed her glancing at me a few times. When I went to the bathroom, I asked her to watch my stuff and joked, "Don't steal it." She laughed and said, "Okay." When I came back, I decided to take a risk. I asked if it would be crazy for me to get her number and invite her out this weekend. She gave me a small smirk and replied, yeah, a little crazy." Then instantly went back to our laptop and wished me a nice day. Ouch. Because of dating apps, I haven't approached anyone in real life for a long time. Honestly though, the rejection helped. Otherwise I would have been stuck wondering if I missed a chance. So yeah, just wanted to share how I totally misread the situation and got a straight up no. I went on a date and he didn't show up. I feel like crying. I'm 20. I met a guy on Hinge. We chatted for a week and everything was going really well. He invited me on a date and I agreed. He said he was excited to meet me. He lived pretty far away, so we decided to meet roughly halfway. I traveled about 45 minutes to the restaurant. 20 minutes before I arrived, I called him. He said he was already there. But when I got there, I couldn't reach him at all. I messaged him on every app. I even checked Hinge. He removed me from the match. My messages weren't going through. I couldn't call. He blocked me everywhere. I feel awful. We had talked so much that week. I wanted to cry. I had done my hair, put on makeup, spent over an hour getting ready, and even made a little keychain for him because he wanted one. Ugh. First the movie, then dinner. Not the other way around. People always say dinner and a movie, but honestly, that's a bad plan. Especially if you're both not great at starting conversations. Think about it. You go to dinner first, awkward small talk over food. Then you sit in silence at the movie, and afterwards, you just head home. Now flip it. Watch the movie first. Suddenly, you've got an instant conversation starter. The movie itself. It makes it easier to talk and way more natural to transition into personal topics. Plus, the last memory of the date is you both laughing and enjoying dinner, not the awkward beginning. Edited to add, I see a lot of arguments against movie plus dinner. The main one is you can't really get to know someone at a movie. But that's kind of the point. Conversation is a skill and not everyone has it. A movie gives you a whole toolbox of topics to start from. And for those saying, what if he's a creep? Dinner first lets you bail. You can bail from a movie too. Sometimes awkward silence gets mistaken for something darker even when the person just isn't good at small talk. Honestly, maybe skip both dinner and a movie for a first date. Movies don't let you talk. Dinner is expensive, and you're stuck sitting across from a stranger in job interview mode. Way better options: bowling, mini golf, pool, a walk, instant icebreakers, easy conversation, built-in flirting opportunities. Even just grabbing coffee can work. My best first dates were coffee ones. Every time I was expected to drop serious cash on a big dinner, it went badly. Insecurity about masculinity is a huge turnoff. I want you to sing Taylor Swift songs with me in the car and not feel less manly. I want you to be okay if I outperform you at something. I want us to take turns wearing the pants. I want to see you cry. I want you to laugh at harmless jokes. I want you not to stress about size when I already like you. I want you to allow me to have strong opinions without feeling attacked. I want to know that you have feelings too. Guys, work through your issues before you start dating and projecting them onto your partner. I'm amazed how many men got hung up on Taylor Swift and claimed that not loving her doesn't mean insecurity. Seriously, did I need to spell this out? That was just a random example. The point is, don't be afraid to seem less of a man and don't try to desperately conform to society's standards of masculinity. Fair. But also, don't rush to assume a man is insecure just because he's not doing something. Sometimes he simply doesn't want to. And if he has insecurities, they might not even relate to masculinity at all. If he's not putting effort into you, kick him to the curb. Story time. A few weeks ago, I was chasing a guy I was sure I should keep investing my time and energy in. I thought he was the coolest person I ever met. He was polite, kind, and put together. He had goals and ambitions I really respected. At first, things felt balanced. I thought he was as interested in me as I was in him. But then the slow fade started, and I saw it happening. As a last-ditch effort to clarify things, we finally met for dinner. We tried to explain, I really like you, and I just got out of a previous relationship a month ago. I'm confused because I like you, but I can't give you what you want. I've been in similar situations before, so I just left. He said he was disappointed, and I said I wasn't. Less than 2 weeks later, an acquaintance invited me on a date. Even though it was our first date, he was already planning the next one. He constantly checks in, does thoughtful things. I have zero doubts that he's serious and genuinely open to a relationship. Today, he left a little jar of candy and a supportive note on my doorstep because he knew I was swamped with studies. When I messaged him about it, he said he had spent the whole day thinking about how to make my life easier. Moral of the story, there's someone out there willing to do everything for you. Don't waste yourself on someone who can't even decide if they want to be with you. Thanks so much for watching. Share your love stories in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our other videos. And hey buddy, good luck in your love life.